Dear students, good morning. I am UK Singh, PGT Pol Science from Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan, Darbhanga. Dear students, it is a class of political science. In previous classes, we talked about towards a new constitution, where we saw that what did Mandela tell or say about the new constitution? Why did Mandela say that why was constitution essential for a new democracy? Today we will talk about why do we need a constitution? What does the constitution do? To understand this fact, the example of the Constitution of South Africa is very important. It means through the South African Constitution, we can understand better that why do we need constitution or why does the constitution do in a democracy for the welfare and betterment of the people. Dear students, first of all, we talk about the political condition of the South Africa after a struggle against apartheid. Then we can understand this in better ways. The South African example is a good way to understand why we need a constitution and what do constitution do. It means the oppressor and the oppressed in the South African democracy were planning to live together as equals. It means white community was oppressor and black community was oppressed. Both the communities were planning to live together equally in South Africa. It was not so easy. Living together equally was not an easy task to them because to trust on each other was very difficult. They had their own fears. It means each community feared to each other. They wanted to safeguard their interests. Both the communities wanted safeguard their interests. The black majority was interested to ensure the majority rule or the principle of majority rule. They did not want to compromise to this principle, while white community was interested to protect their privilege and their property. In such condition, in such circumstances, it was not possible to live together. So, any problem in our daily life also is resolved by negotiations. That's why both the communities in South Africa also selected to resolve this problem through negotiations. That's why after long negotiations, both parties agreed to a compromise. It means they negotiated for a long and agreed to compromise. The whites agreed to the principle of majority rule, that of one person, one vote. It means white minority accepted the majority rule on the basis of franchise, or the principle of one person, one vote. They also agreed to accept some basic rights for the poor and the workers. Whites accepted some basic rights for the poor and workers, while the blacks agreed that majority rule would not be absolute. Means majority rule could not do what it wished. They agreed that the majority would not take away the property of the white minority. It means the black majority accepted the safeguard of the property of the whites. This compromise was not easy. This compromise was not easy. How was this compromise going to be implemented? Or you can say that how would this compromise would be implemented? Even if they managed to trust each other, what was the guarantee that this trust will not be broken in future? It means when both the communities accepted the diverse views and diverse interests of their own, then what would be the guarantee to the trust that will not be broken in future? So there was only a way to build and maintain trust in such a situation is to write down some rules of the game that everyone would abide by. It means, so then it would be guaranteed when some rules would be written as a constitution and everyone would abide to obey this rule or follow these rules. These rules lay down how the rulers are to be chosen in future. What rules would be written? So how the rulers would be chosen in future. These rules also determine what the elected governments are empowered, or the rules which would empower the government. Finally, these rules decide decide the rights of the citizens, and the rules which would be written